Eamon Gilmore.
Corla, do I understand correctly from what the Taoiseach has just told us now that the revenues for this year will be now 34 or 35 billion as opposed to the 37 billion that he had previously been talking about? And secondly, when he says that the government has taken decisions that this will be addressed, all of this will be addressed by the end of this month, can I ask him by what means does the government intend to address this issue by the end of this month? Is it his intention to bring a new, or to have the Minister for Finance to bring a new budgetary statement before the House before the end of this month? I'd like him to clarify what he means by the end of the month. Can I also ask him, because while we do concentrate here understandably on the big macroeconomic picture, and we spent a lot of time addressing that over the course of the past number of weeks, sometimes I think we forget the human side of what is happening here. And there's one particular area that I would like the Taoiseach to address today, and that is a decision that was announced by the Minister for the Department of Education on the 11th of February, that it will be withdrawing funding from special needs classes who didn't meet a certain pupil-teacher ratio. There are 118 classes affected by this decision, 528 pupils. The amount of money involved is €7 million. In the scale of the kind of figures that we are now talking about, it's relatively small and it is eminently fixable. The Minister for Education has said that it's being done not for financial reasons but for educational reasons. He wrote a letter to the newspapers recently in which he said that the children concerned would be better off in mainstream classes rather than in the special classes that they have in their schools. There's an article in today's Irish Times which lists the case studies of a number of those children and the comments made by their parents. Roisin Woods and her 7-year-old daughter Jessica, who points out that Jessica has just now managed to pronounce her own name, and the mother wonders what it would be like if she were at mainstream, coping in a class where she'd be teased about the fact that she couldn't pronounce her name. Kathy Shevlin and her 10-year-old son Dáil, and she says now he's expected at 10 years of age with the mentality of a 4-year-old to go into 4th class in a different school and to sit with 30+ pupils. You have the case of Christine Devine and her 6-year-old son Aaron, who says that the teacher would have to take him to the toilet every half hour. Damien Barry and his daughter Alana, who says that mainstream school was never really an option for Alana. She had too many problems. And the McBride family and their daughter Chloe, who says that she's much happier now and doing really, really well. Now, these are parents, who are extremely worried about the position of their children. They want their children to stay in the special needs classes in which they have been accommodated to date, where they are doing well, where they're making progress. Given all of the things that have to be addressed, the €7 million that is required to deal with this, I'm sure, can be found by savings of one kind or another. It wouldn't take a great deal of ingenuity and difficulty to put that together. I appreciate that solving the overall problem of the country's finances is a huge task, but there are things that can be fixed. There are little things like this that don't have to happen. Little things that make an awful lot of difference to people, to parents and their children, as in this case. And I would ask you, Taoiseach, can this decision be reversed? It is time, I think, and in the big picture, and we'll be talking no doubt again tomorrow about the Exchequer returns and what has to be done about them. But I think there has to be a sense communicated to people that the little things can be fixed. And this can be fixed. This does not have to go ahead. These children can and should remain in the special needs classes that they're doing well in. this particular cut can be reversed. And I'm asking you today to give some hope to those parents and to their children that the compassionate view will be taken, that the effort will be made to find the savings. We could find 7 billion for investment in the banks. This is 7 million, 1,000 of it. And I'm sure that this can be done. But do I understand from that that the Government Minister for Education is not going to change the position on this? I've read what the Minister for Education has written about it and the response that he has given, and his view that there's an educational case for moving the children concerned into mainstream classes. Now, with the greatest of respect, their parents disagree. The children are in special needs classes at the moment, and that's where their parents want them to remain. And my simple question to you, Taoiseach, is what are you saying to the parents of those children? Are you saying that the government is sticking by the decision, that those children are going to be moved out of the special needs classes and into mainstream classes? Is that what you're saying? Or are you responding, as I'm asking you to do, to the case that I'm making to you, that the government should reconsider this, and that those children should perhaps be left in the special needs classes where they are, and whatever accommodations and arrangements have to be made to do that? Because what the parents of these children are looking for is they're looking for an answer. They're not looking for, the educational theory, which may or may not be right. And incidentally, I think that the educational argument is a bit of a cover anyway for what is a financial issue. So what's the answer? Are they going to stay in the special needs classes, or are you going to take them out of them?